We have a very involved parent group at St. Ignatius. Some of you say, well, you're fortunate because, you know, folks are coming with means. We do fundraisers where our parents pay a certain fee. We call it an evening with the coaches, and it happens before the season starts. What I suggest is you try to pull something like that off. Go to your local Dave's, grocery store chains, Kroger's, wherever it is in your area. See if they'll contribute, they'll donate some food, and if they can't, ask your parents to do it and give your parents an assignment, something that they can do to pull this event together by a potluck of some sort, a barbecue or whatever it is. And if they don't pay to come because they're bringing a dish, have games and things that they can be involved in to kind of get to know each other, compete, and that kind of thing. You know, horseshoe toss, whatever it is, just kind of break the ice. Let them see you out there in a very different environment, even before the season started, preferably before the season starts. Was it one of the doctors?
Yes.
You tell them where we are?
Yes.
Perfect, we're good to go. Okay. All righty. Grievance procedures, one of you mentioned that. We lay it out for our parents right up front. We have a meeting where we're going to talk about the rules, protocols, what's, you know, outside of OSHA, Ohio High School Athletic Association. We'll bring other speakers in, which we're going to have a group of doctors and sports trainers in the next session where we talk about how we will handle injuries and how you will work with us. Everybody from our staff that's involved in how we take care of those players will be there that night to talk to those parents. We also share with them if you are experiencing your child having any sort of physical difficulty at home, this is how you handle it. We make sure that the forms and everything is filled out in terms of medical conditions, asthma, whatever allergies, we know that stuff in advance, okay? So we give parents a role. We give them the rules, okay? And we give them the relationship. So we give them 3 R's. 3 R's. You want to write this down. 3 R's. We give them a role. And we're very clear in how we define that. Whether it be as assisting with parent gatherings, parent meetings, social events, fundraisers, we give them a role. If they want to make sandwiches or be part of that, if our team is going to travel far and away and they want to coordinate a group of parents to make sandwiches for our players after a road trip, they do that. Or if they want to make food, sandwiches, that kind of thing for visiting teams that are coming to us from far away, like Canisius. Anybody from Buffalo? Buffalo folks, right? Canisius, we feed them when they come in, that kind of thing. We give them a role. We give them the rules. We give them the rules. And how do you articulate the rules? We articulate the rules in that it's not based on personality. It's based on what is the best outcome for the kids. That's our focus. And we ask them to buy into that. These are the rules we have, and these are the reasons for the rules. Okay? So that's your 4th R, actually. Role, rules, and reason for the rules, okay? How many of you have ever been in a situation where you're working on your job and somebody came in and, you know, at your school system where you teach at there in Fairview and, you know, principal or whatever comes in and says, here's a new policy, bam, shoved down your throat. And nobody's really ever explained to you why in the heck that policy is there. And maybe on the face of it, it doesn't even make sense to you. You ever had that happen to you? Yeah. And it kind of irritates you. And so always give them the reason for the rule. Have a reason that is in their best interest and the best interest of the child and the program. Okay? Got it? And then relationship. Relationship is a critical piece. Relationship. Now, I'm not going to ask you to be everything for a player. I am not. But some of the work that we do, and I'm going to see if I can get this to come up for you by cutting this unit off here, if it'll Hello, I'm Coach Tyrone White, and I'm all about helping parents help their children be winners. We're at Burke Lake Airport giving a young man an experience of actually seeing himself as a pilot and beginning the process.
My middle son, Ryan, has for many years expressed an interest in flying jets. In fact, he's obsessed with the idea of it's one day being a pilot, and he's decided he wanted to go to the Naval Academy. He's also a varsity football player at one of the better programs, St. Ignatius in Northeastern Ohio.
In the near future, about 4, 5, 6 years, I will be flying jets in the United States Navy. And I've been interested in this my entire life, ever since I was a little kid. You know, I'll be watching Top Gun with my whole family, and that's just that's what I'm doing.
And my question for Coach White was, can he play at Navy? And if he can, how do we get Navy interested in Ryan Gibbons? The next thing that happened, Coach White decided it was appropriate that he meet some of the people that he knew that were involved with the potential for Ryan becoming a pilot eventually.
Coach White introduced me to Major Schreiber of the U.S. Marine Corps. He flies a Harrier jet, and he actually did a big show in the air show today, and he's off talking to his family right now. We had a little interview, and he told me about the plane and his job and everything he does and everything. He's a real good guy. He gave me his email, he gave me his phone number. He said whatever questions I wanted to ask, anything I need to know, if I just wanted to talk to him about anything, he's always there. Over my whole time searching for, you know, answers and everything, I've come across a whole bunch of different resources. He's going to be a main resource in trying to figure out how I'm going to go about achieving my goals. So he's a real good guy, and I'm definitely going to be using him as a resource. Because of basically my obsession with the Navy and you know, the jets and everything, I have watched countless, you know, military shows, and I've looked online, read books, everything. I've done research on the planes. I've just had a serious interest, and I've been looking, reading, the whole deal. So I've just kind of picked it up over the last, you know, couple of years. Now that I got a chance to ask all the questions that I wanted to, because we have a, you know, first-hand experience here, I didn't hold back. I asked about the kind of thrust that the plane has, all the different buttons in the control panels, the ejection seats, how that works, all of his uniform that he has on, his G-suit, his helmet, his gas, everything that he was wearing, and where he was stationed. He's been all over the world. They were loading a bunch of water into the plane while I was walking up, and he was telling me that they use all the water to cool down the jet. There's about 500 pounds of water that they have inside there. It's like a coolant that they use to kind of let all the, you know, expel all the heat. And it was unbelievable. That was the coolest thing I've ever experienced, seeing all that. And he knew exactly what every single button did and how to use them all perfectly, and it's just amazing.
What would be your advice to young people about reaching goals to be a pilot or anything?
Well, I think it's important to understand what your goals are in life. You know, have some self discipline to achieve those goals, and then work hard. Really, the abilities of guys that fly these type of aircraft or are in the military in general are no different than anybody else in the populace. People have just decided that that's what they wanted to do in life and worked hard to achieve those goals. And then, fortunately, I've been able to do what I've loved to do for the last 10 years of my life.
Yes. Did you ever visualize yourself in these types of planes? I mean, what types of things help you stay focused?
Yeah, much like Ryan, my grandfather was an SPD Dauntless tail gunner in World War II. So I grew up going to air shows, dreaming about flying, and I decided that in high school, much like Ryan did, that I wanted to do something like this. So in college, I joined the Marine Corps PLC program, received my commission after college, and then worked hard to get to do well in flight school and have the opportunity to fly Harriers now.
I want to say I'm really looking forward to having this opportunity. I'm blessed with my intelligence and my physical abilities, and not having any ailments that would, you know, not allow me to fulfill my dream. I'm very grateful.
This is about taking the future and putting it in the present of a child's life, so it gives them something that they can focus on as they move towards securing their future.